guys, as we know, Murder Mystery 2 has been releasing many amazing updates to the game, and with this includes lots of new godlies. I honestly love the designs on pretty much all of these godlies, and none of them I really have much of an issue with, but there's one issue about these godlies that I really wish Murder Mystery 2 did a little differently, and that is the names of the weapons. So the name of these weapons are very important. That should go without saying, right? You look at this weapon on my hip right now, and the first thing that comes to mind is like, oh, this is Harvester. Or you look at this knife and you're like, oh, this is Hallow's Edge. Of course, these items have like names that you don't really hear in much other places in the real world, right? Like you think of the name Harvester, and the first thing that comes to mind is the weapon in Murder Mystery 2, right? But that same effect does not really apply to a lot of the recent godlies into the game. The first weapon name I thought was kind of strange is the Bat Godly. Of course, that's just an extremely simple name, just the bat, which I can kind of excuse, and I know this weapon is just supposed to be just a simple bat, right? But if someone tells you like, hey, look at this bat, you're not gonna think of the Murder Mystery 2 bat, you're gonna think of a bat in real life, right? This issue also comes with the brand new summer godlies as well. These weapon names are the Waves and the Ocean. These are extremely simple and common names for items that, again, you're not going to be thinking of these godlies if someone does say these names. Like, hey, look at this Ocean. You're not gonna think of the Murder Mystery 2 gun called Ocean, right? And I feel like the worst contender when it comes to Murder Mystery godly names are the two godlies in the Easter event, Rainbow and Rainbow Gun. These are super common names. These, of course, everyone knows about rainbows in real life, so if you think about rainbows, you're going to think of the in real life one. It's not the Murder Mystery weapon. I just don't like how it's Rainbow and Rainbow Gun. Like, they don't really go with each other that well. Like, why wouldn't they just be called like Rainbow and Rainbow? Or Rainbow Knife and Rainbow Gun? Like, why Rainbow and Rainbow Gun? Like, why does the gun need to have that specification that it is a gun, but the knife does not need any sort of specification? I never really understood that. But in my personal opinion, I feel like a lot of these weapons would have been done a lot more justice if they had like more unique and diverse names instead of just extremely like common words as their names, like Rainbow, Waves, Ocean. Like, for example, what if the Waves knife was instead called like Tsunami, and the Ocean gun could be called something like Abyssal? Like, these are like more uncommon words. That would make these weapons a lot more unique, and I feel like would stand out a lot more. Of course, not every Murder Mystery weapon needs to have like a super like crazy name for them that stands out. Like, for example, a lot of like the commons to legendaries don't need to have like crazy weapon names, because of course the whole point of these weapons is for them to be like pretty boring and to not really stand out, since, you know, they're commons and all. But when it comes to the godly, the main point of them is to stand out and for them to be recognizable. So just calling them Waves, Ocean, Rainbow, like, it really does not do them any good just having these super common names. Like, we've had weapons in the game called Rainbow in the past. Like, we have a rare set called Rainbow. As you can see, the Rainbow Knife and Rainbow Gun, which I do not own right now, but I don't know. I know back in the day, Murder Mystery 2 godlies do not have that much crazy names either. Like, for example, a lot of the classic unboxable godlies like do not have crazy names like Heat, Tide, Saw, Fang. Like, it's not like this is only like a new issue that just surfaced recently. Like, this has been an issue like since the beginning of MM2, but I feel like they got a lot better at naming items later on. Like, I feel like 2019 to 2022 godlies all had more unique names to them, and most weapons like in this category like have names you don't really hear outside of Murder Mystery 2, like Lightbringer, Darkbringer, Cookie Cane, Ice Piercer, Ice Breaker, of course Harvester, Candle Flame, Elderwood, stuff like that. It really helps them stand out a lot more, because imagine like Elderwood Scythe was just called like Wood Scythe or something. Like, I feel like it would be a lot less intimidating if it had a more boring name, you know what I'm saying? Or if Ice Crusher was just called like Ice Axe or something. Like, you sort of see how I mean, like how important the names are to Murder Mystery 2. I know this is really like a non-issue and isn't really that big of a deal, but it's like a very small thing that's always been on my mind, especially recently with all of these brand new Murder Mystery 2 events. Like, the names of a lot of the godlies could definitely do some work. Of course, they're not gonna like go back and change any old godly names. I don't expect them to do that. But I feel like for any godly names in the future, it would make sense to give them like a name that like helps them stand out instead of like Rainbow and Ocean and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, please let me know your thoughts about this. Do you guys agree with what I'm saying? Or do you guys think it really does not matter if it has like a common name or not? Because it really does not. It's just like a nerdy thing I've been thinking about lately. So let me know if this is also something you guys have thought about or not. But yeah, guys, that's about it to this video, so I'm gonna end it off here. So until next time, goodbye!